All right, guys, what we learned last time is really setting up your mental DNA, learning your processes and how they work, and getting that folder where the process now is your mental DNA. And if you build processes on top of each other, this is where you're going to get yourself to another level of efficiency. Now, from here, here's the main key. A process goal, performance goal, and a outcome goal for right here. All right, so let's say these are three processes that we have put together. And this process, let's say, it has maybe 8 or 9 goals. This process has 4 or 5. This process has 10, let's say, or let's say give it a little bit more here. All right, so now when we build this, we have to understand that we're doing something mental. And this right here is a process. On top of it, also here is also another process, as this is also another process. And if we build this right, and it becomes ours, this process right here becomes ours, and we're not missing any more steps in here. We have all the steps necessary. And let's say we learn how to ride that bike, and that process now is ours. We can get on a bike at any time. We don't have to relearn anything. That's a process. That's a folder now we own. So from here, we have to understand, once we get our process down, we create a performance. Okay? And here, performance. Okay? A process goal, performance goal, and a outcome goal. And so now I want you to remember these words, okay? Outcome. Okay? So how do these work? Number one is I want you to think of a staircase, okay? A staircase has steps, okay? Then it has a landing, all right? Then it has more steps, and it has another landing in terms of that. Then I'm going to have to go, what? More steps, all right? And a outcome in terms of the top of the roof. And I'm going to show you how this works. These steps right here, this is a process. A process goal is literally for me to learn all the steps necessary, which we called what? A folder. So that's the way it works. I need to go up the steps one by one by one. Now, the landing here is a performance goal. Okay? And what that means is this. A process goal is when I do the process and then there's an outcome to the process. The outcome is up here. Okay? The performance is how many times I have to do it to actually get it right. So let me give you an example of a lock, okay? Let me do this a little bit better. Okay, when I have to unlock a lock. Now, the lock has a combination, 3, 17, 35, all right? That combination, what's going to happen here is something very important. That's a process, and then I have to spin this the right way. And sometimes I have to spin it back the other way. That's a process. I'm learning the process. Now, let's say it takes me 3 times, okay, to unlock. Now, what happens here? That's my performance goal, okay? Let's say some people it takes them 10 times. Some people it takes them 4, 5, 7, whatever. In terms of that, to get where? To the outcome goal, okay, which is the desired final goal. Okay, which is unlocking the actual lock. Okay, so now what happens? I have a process that I need to get right. I have a performance goal that how many times it takes me to actually get it right. I'll give you a really good example in terms of how that works within the academic world. My process is the way I study for an exam, and my performance is what I get on the exams. Okay, and my outcome is my final grade. So If I'm not getting the grades that I want, that means my process is not sufficient in terms of getting myself to the next stage. So process, performance, and outcome goals, that's how it works in terms of setting yourself up to the next stage. We said last module that to get the process right, it requires what? Discipline. So now you're starting to see how important discipline is in terms of how magnified it is in terms of your own progress. If you have the discipline, you're going to build the right processes. If you build the right processes, you're going to have the right performance. And if you have the right performance, you're going to get the right outcomes. This is how you make decisions, guys. And one last thing, as performance goes up, guess what else goes up? Confidence. That's how it works, guys. When your confidence goes up, your self-esteem goes up as well. You start really liking yourself because you're getting the right outcomes that you want. That's how you build self-esteem as well. From there, I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole nother series. There's another series called The Science of Self-Confidence, and I will take you through that. It's an amazing series. It's at any level that you want in life. That's a must. The Science of Self-Confidence. Look for that one. And that's it for this series. Hope you enjoyed it. Please continue to educate yourself, get yourself to the next stage. These things will get you to where you need to be. All right, guys, I hope you create the right processes through the discipline, get the right performance, then get yourself to the right outcomes. And I'll see you guys in the next series.